Hello everyone, it's me again. I'm back, Christina Tang here from Body Mind Soul magazine. How's everyone doing? I see the viewer is actually rising up now. Yay! I can see all the comments. So we welcome all the comments today. It's going to be an interesting day, interesting talk we are having. And again, it's a collaboration between Body Mind Soul magazine together with the Golden Space for this talk series that we are hosting. So how is your day? I have number 11 viewer on the screen at this point of time. How is everyone doing? How is your Saturday going on so far? My Saturday has been a very productive day up till now. Yeah, so hello everyone. I can see some of you are looking forward to the session. Yes, so before we actually move to our topic and before I invite our special guest today, I'd like to, take the chance to just let everyone understand why are we doing this, This talk series is very much inspired based on one intention, that we really want to create a platform of support, to actually give back to the community who has been in supporting us or who haven't known us yet, and is to actually address all the issues that we are facing, a safe platform that we wish to create to actually allow everyone to express at the same time, also learning as well. And we can grow together, through the talk series. So the idea of this talk series is basically, we want to have easy tools, easy steps and easy tips to actually practical as well, to actually allow every participant, every viewer here to practice right on the dot to overcome whatever challenges that we have. So this is also one of the things that Body Mind Soul magazine has been doing. We are a positive lifestyle magazine that talks about totality of wellness and health in body segment, mind segment, as well as soul segment as well. Yeah, so we have been existing for about 6 years. Yeah, Body Mind Soul magazine is a quarterly issue, and we have hard copy as well, digital copy as well. We have different variety of articles, and in all the articles we actually talks about discovering ourselves better and better again. Yeah. And at the same time, we also organize event and global event as well, which is coming up very, very soon. So stay tuned to actually follow us what we will be having. Yeah. Virtual event. Yes, our very first virtual event. Yes, and we organize Body Mind Soul Carnival, where we involve different vendors. We have exhibitors as well to join us. Those who are actually on holistic business as well. And also last year we staged our very first Body Mind Soul Festival as well. So how is everyone doing? Cannot hear. Okay, I'm gonna pull out some messages and some comments. So we welcome everyone to actually, put in your comment and interact with us. Okay. All right. It's a nice initiative by Florence. Thank you so much. Wow. A lot of aloha, Erin. Aloha to you too. Hello. And Michelle actually say looking forward. Yes. Hi, Evelyn. Hello. Hi. How's your day? How's everyone? Yeah, very good. Aim to grow together from Michelle Tang. Nice. All right. So today's the topic is actually overcoming the fear of unknown. Yeah. And you know what? Do stay tuned, because for those who have actually participated or joined us or even watched our last talk show, you know that by end of the day, end of this session, we actually have lots of perks and tools and practical things for you to take home. So stay true. Yeah, stay tuned. We have our freebies coming up also. Okay, so can I have the slide? Let's go a little bit deeper. What kind of things that we are talking about? We have Lucy, and we will bring her out in a bit. Lucy is actually a director and a head trainer of the Golden Space Malaysia. So we are talking about exposing yourself to your deepest fear, and after that you are free. Speaking of fear, I was actually quite nervous today when I come up though. So now I'm here talking to all of you, and now I feel like I'm free actually when I'm on stage now talking to all of you. So I exposed myself. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous. I was a bit anxious as well. So let's see what other fear that you have, all of you who are now with me. what kind of fear that you kind of caught yourself during this pandemic time, or even way before pandemic, you start to kind of recognize some of a fear, let's actually put it up on the comment, because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, you are not alone. I'm sure I'm anxious and anxiety, there are also times others are feeling the same as well. Yeah, Lao Xiaoshai actually said good to acknowledge our fear, just like what I did. Oh, I have Catherine from Dubai. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Kathy. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, all the viewers, let's share a little bit about what fear are you having now? What kind of fear are you having before I actually pull out or invite our Lucy to be on stage together with us? Okay, so I have Michelle say fear of facing past pain and sadness. Nice. We have Ho Kong Fat, fear of getting close. Wow, this is interesting. Maybe later you can explain a little bit to me as well. We have Kai Shin, fear of loss of employment. I guess this is a lot of fear that everyone is actually going through as well, yeah? We have Bagya, fear of not having enough money. Yeah, I think this is also quite common for now, especially now, right? Everyone is being kind of locked down, affected by the lockdown at home. And Lao, fear of not enough. Evelyn, fear of gaining weight. You know what, Evelyn? I'm on the other contrary of yours. I'm losing weight actually during MCO. I guess I'm getting healthier when I'm not eating out. Yeah. So this is our host, one of our hosts, many honest comment. Yeah, please, get it more honest so that, when Lucy come up, we can really talk deeper and we can go deeper. And Siu Hong, fear of darkness and alone. All right. So I believe we have more and more coming. And okay, Anna, I'm not going to pull your comment out there, but you know what? I thank you for eager listening, but drive safe while you listen. Yeah, drive safe while you listen. Jessie, fear of success. Okay, interesting, everyone. So it's time to let me welcome Lucy Chan McFadyen, all the way from the Golden Space, actually, head trainer and also director of the Golden Space Malaysia. Hi, Lucy.
Hello.
How are
everybody.
you?
Hi, family. Hi, friends. Hi. Thanks for having me today.
How are you, Lucy?
Oh, I'm so happy. I was so excited before coming on this live show. I was having a really good morning, and yeah, it's really good. I'm really looking forward because fear is a very common topic. And I really understand the fears. Yeah.
And you know what? It's really beautiful to actually see our audience who is participating with us now, that they actually can recognize their fear. But today we are also talking about, overcoming fear of unknown. So we have a pool of audience over here who can recognize, which is good. Like for me, I recognize that I'm anxious before I come up, right? But, how about those unknown? How do we come about it, What is it that we, how can we recognize that as well?
Well, physically, a lot of us can feel this kind. For beginners, right? Let's talk about some of us who are not very aware first of the emotions, who haven't become friends yet with our own emotions. Yeah. So the first thing that physically a lot of people will feel is freezing. They would tend to feel a debilitating fear that they can't take any actions, like, for example, if someone were to break your window and steal your bag, which happened to me before about 5 years ago. And the first thing that I felt, and it was really real, which is debilitating fear. Yeah. And it's just like, and then like that stone there is, I'm not lagging. It's just my face was like, oh.
It's
like I was driving. I was like,
literally you are frozen, right?
Yes. So it's actually three kinds of reactions, responses to fear. One is a freeze. And that's something that a lot of us do because the fear of not knowing what's there, or knowing what's there, but not knowing to face it, or not having the courage to face it, that debilitates us and that makes us freeze. So that's the first reaction, right? And physically, someone...
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry. Lucy, please continue.
Oh, okay, okay. And the second kind of feeling is that they will feel like their body is trying to run away, but I want to run. You know, the feeling of wanting to run away from a situation, that
Mm,
itself is fear. Yeah.
mm,
And the third kind of reaction is a fight. So freeze, fight, flight, fight, right?
I see.
So fight would be someone who tends to have a very open, expressive throat chakra, right? But very overactive solar plexus. And the first thing they come by, you know, and then they would end up hurting people through their words or releasing the words. Because that's how they feel better, right? It's by
Mm,
expressing. Nothing's wrong.
mm.
It's just the way that they process. They may feel like they want to bang a table or when rage takes over and they hit someone, right? So all these is driven by fear. Just it
I
comes
see.
up in different, three different responses.
I see. So these are
Yeah.
sometimes, when we come across something that we are fear but we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So these are some of the responses. But Lucy,
Difficult.
based on your sharing, I'm sure you have come across a lot of different cases with your clients. I
Mm.
believe you are also a practitioner that does healing works as well. You conduct workshops. You are also
Yes.
coach in the corporate industry as well. So what actually makes you come into addressing this topic on your personal experience?
Oh, on my personal experience,
Yeah.
um, I s- it was about almost 10 years ago, 9.5 years since I started doing this, right?
Mm,
So I've always been someone who was mildly depressed, but mainly driven by fear. Yeah. So I would
mm,
say that my childhood was one when I was always fearful of something or everything. And I don't know what I was always fearful of, but I'm always fearful of something, of the
mm,
world out there. So I actually don't feel safe past. Yeah. And and so around me, because of my experiences and life, I actually had a okay, quite good career in a bank, in a global bank, and I was okay lah. But my relationships was terrible. I was manifesting. I don't want to say the word like effed up relationships.
we are public.
Really effed up, like, relationships. Because I know I'm live, right? I don't know whether children are listening in. So I manifesting those kind of relationships where they would cheat on me, or I would cheat before they cheat, or I would leave before they cheat, or. And so my whole life I was manifesting or creating that kind of experiences. Yeah.
Mm,
And it was so stifling. I was surrounded like day and night. Every time I wake up, I would feel fear or I would feel a shrinking kind of sensation. And I did go to help. I did see a psychiatrist, and I did also go to GPs and others, counselors, and they did all prescribe me pills.
mm-hmm.
Pills, pills is the first way to help, right? And I did take them. I was so drugged up. I was so drugged up and alcoholed up for a year and a half of my life when I was about
Drugged
20.
up as well as alcohol.
Yeah, I mixed.
Why? Why?
I was
Why
like
alcohol? Yeah. Can I just understand? Like,
numb, numb.
ah,
I was on sleeping pills every night and two sleeping pills sometimes because I still can't sleep even with pill or two. All right. And next morning I'll be tired, but I'll be drowning in fear. So I would take a Xanax in the daytime. Okay. I was a
okay.
highly functional, depressed person. It is a lot, very functioning, but very depressed. And then when I get home from work at about 7, I would take about half a bottle of wine to a bottle of wine every night. I would take like 5 shots of like vodka mixed with Milo, mixed with juice, mixed with or neat whiskey on the rocks.
Oh my!
You name it, I would do it. And then at night, I take sleeping pills again, right? So it
After
was
the
not.
alcohol.
I'm surprised I didn't die. So God probably tried to save my life by not, like letting me die lah. So thinking back, really stupid, but oh, what an experience! All I can say is what an experience, and that's what prompted me to come to Golden Space. That was my last choice, my last resort. If I hadn't come over to the space, I would have probably most likely killed.
Hmm. Well, can
Yeah.
can I can I understand, if you don't mind, to share with all the viewer now, right? I'm sure everyone has their own story, and perhaps they can also relate with you as well. What was the turning point that you feel enough is enough, and let's face the fear that it's been dragging me?
It was a hard choice.
Hmm.
I'm very honest right now. When I went for my first private session with Sky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, and he's like, Lucy, face the fear. I was sitting there with my eyes closed. Why? In my mind, I would ask him, why should I face my fear? What good will it do? And then he was prompting me for over an hour to convince me to face my fear on my first session. And after I did it, it was because he told me, and it's something that slapped me in the face, was if I don't face it, I will be like this the rest of my life. I will
Mm,
be stuck here the rest of my life. I will be drowning in emotions and fear the rest of my life if I don't do it now. And when
mm,
you give me an ultimatum, I'll do it. I'm the kind of person you push me to see, do or die. Oh, fine, okay now. Yeah.
okay.
So after that, knowing that I have a lifetime of bullshit in front of me that I have created for myself, that I need to do it. I just need to flow it. I just need to face it. I just need to feel it, not walling it up anymore. And after that
Mm.
first session, I had such a breakthrough of physical feelings. Like I slept without pills that night itself. Like, oh
Beautiful.
my God, oh my God.
Beautiful, beautiful. And just so everyone know, the person that Lucy mentioned, Sky, is also one of the practitioners from the Golden Space. He was the ex managing director of the Golden Space Malaysia as well. Well, Lucy, thank you very much for sharing your side of story, and let us just pull out some comments,
Sure.
with our viewer over here. Uh, I have Michelle also actually share a little bit more fear of
Certain.
uncertainty, I believe. Yeah, uncertainties,
Yeah.
And Sok Mei is saying Lucy and Christina both are looking good. And we have Lutanikas, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Fear of not being enough. And yeah, so there are quite a lot. Yeah, so Lutanikas also say, I feel you, I guess, is while you are sharing your stories. And we have viewers from Australia. Ray and Leslie. Hi, Christina and Lucy. Leslie and Ray from Australia. Yeah, so Christy as well. Hello, Christina, Lucy, and everyone. So, yes, so first of all, I would like to say thank you again to all the viewers for being so honest and sharing with us how you feel. Yeah. And, that also opened up the space of it's okay to actually admit that we are afraid of things at some times, correct?
Yes.
And only
Yes.
then it will move us forward, right? I believe one of the things that you did back then many years ago with Sky in that session was you finally make up your mind and decide, that's it, I just want to face this. I
Yeah.
guess this is the first tip for all the audience over here. Overcoming fear of
I
unknown definitely is a decision that you say, yes, I want to do it.
Yes, and I wanted to be free, to feel free. I
Mm.
wanted to finally be happy. Like I'm done feeling like shit. I'm, I just want to feel and be happy for once in my life,
When
without reason, without a promotion, without money, without a relation. I just want to be happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Lucy, I understand today, beside the tips, we are also having some interaction with the crowd, and for
Yes.
them to also recognize a little bit what kind of fear or what kind of emotions that they are going through. Shall we?
Yes.
Shall we do this together?
Sure. Sure. We'll do. We'll do.
Yep. So I believe we can pull out. It's actually a emotion check, right? Emotional check, right? Lucy, can you share
Yes.
with us a little bit what all this
So
about? I see two palms here.
yeah, so the big palm is adult palm size, and the small palm is the child for children. Yeah, children feel things more keenly, but children have fewer categories. because children are
Oh,
more simple by nature. Yeah. Okay. So you will see two kind of palms there. So just focus on the adult palm if you're an adult. If you're a child, I'm sorry I said shit. Just look at the small palm. Okay. So adults. Something that I taught in my class a couple of weeks ago, right? And this is based on the Japanese technique. Yeah. And it's really about touching or which part of your finger really hurts. So if I
mm,
have my thumb here, I'm not sure you can see my thumb, right? Everybody, and just press it like just pressing the sides or pressing the top, feeling. Is there pain? Do you feel that's what difference between pressure and pain?
okay.
Okay. So pressure is when you feel okay lah, got pressure lah, right? If it is a pain, you feel like ow. Okay.
Mm,
Oi. so, so ow pain. So just press it if it hurts. If it hurts, then something that because this finger, the thumb is connected to our lung meridian
okay.
in Chinese medicine, right?
All
And
right.
so this represents the pain of emotional sadness, of tears, of
Mm,
grief that we may feel. Or
mm,
if you press all the fingers later and you feel nothing, means you're just numb, which is fine. It's okay, right? So
mm.
if it's fine, then we move on to the second finger. Let's try
Let's
pressing
see.
the second finger.
Let's see.
Yeah. So press it, see pain on the sides or the front. Okay. Can we go to the next slide? Okay. So if you have this, then you would feel quite a panic, fear, or like a fear of unknown, or a fear of no money, or a fear of losing somebody, or a fear of being jobless. All these fears are real. They're not fake. It's real, and it's realized in your finger.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter which palm, right?
No, it doesn't matter. For
Ah,
simplicity's sake, because it's going to be a long conversation otherwise. Yeah, for
okay.
simplicity's sake, no. Of course, there's slightly different meanings in left and right
All
hand.
right.
Yeah. So left,
Understand.
okay, and then right. Then if you press the middle finger, the middle, they always love to show the middle finger. Don't do it. Just press it. And does it hurt? Does it hurt? Why? Why does it hurt? Right. So if it hurts, then you know you're angry. You are frustrated. You are enraged. For children only know how to feel mad, right? So children only can experience that fits, like anger fit, mad fits, right? And they don't know the differentiation between frustration, anger, and rage. You just get mad. That's the
Mm,
only expression. Yeah.
mm.
But for adults, we feel it as anger or rage. Okay. And the fourth bit, right? The fourth finger, if you press it. Oh, by the way, now do you understand why the middle finger, you always like to show middle finger, don't do it, kids? It's because we're always angry. You show middle finger, right? Aggression. And the fourth finger is worry and anxiety.
Mm.
Okay. Worry, stress, especially like you're stressed out about something and it's built up. Okay. So this
Mm.
one is quite connected to the area around our heart, physical heart.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Around a pericardium actually. And the last finger, if you press it, it feels a bit hurt, a bit painful. Why? Why? It's when you feel some self-doubt.
I
It's
see.
when you feel small, like you don't feel good enough, like a few of the comments, and it's very normal when you feel
Mm.
comparison to other people and you feel constantly that you're not measuring up to people's expectations. Yeah,
Mm.
all that will start to get stuck here in the little finger. It's when you feel small.
I see.
Yeah.
So
So these are the five fingers that you can tell of what kind of emotions that you
so
may
so
have.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those who are actually pressing like me, right? Do share with us on the comment which finger you actually felt the pain more. For me, it's very right. I actually felt different when I press all five fingers. Right, I don't really feel. I felt pressure on the first three fingers, but I do
Yes.
feel some pain, slightly different feeling with the first three on my last two fingers though. Worry, anxiety, having self doubts. I do feel some sensation, some sensation. But Lucy,
Small
just
pain, yeah.
Yeah, just asking you, what is this emotional check has to relates back to our topic today, overcoming fear of unknown. What is it has to do with emotional
Hmm.
check that you are sharing with us over here
Okay.
while we are allowing everyone to comment to us?
The thing is that we, as normal people, because right now a lot of us who are very far on this path of spirituality, or those of us who are more aware through meditation about ourselves,
Mm,
we kind of know which kind of emotion we feel, right?
mm,
And to what depth that emotion is, and what kind
mm,
of emotion. The
mm,
thing is, a lot of people may not even be aware of what kind of emotion and where does it come from, which organ is it stuck at. And
mm,
surprising thing is that all the emotions is stuck somewhere, all the fear is stuck somewhere, and for different people it may be stuck in different places. Yeah.
I see.
And so by pressing it, then we're like, oh, actually, yeah, maybe I am feeling a bit small, or maybe I am a bit worried about this uncertainty right now, the unknown. I don't know how to support my family, and that fear is
Mm,
real, right? And so that you will start to feel something. Some of my clients have said that, hey, first time I pressed no pain. Oh, how come no pain, Lucy? Why? Because they feel a bit numb. Yeah, maybe the emotions, we've walled it up so much over the years that we can't even identify what kind of emotions we have because we've buried it so deep. Yeah, and we think it's okay to not feel. And then when after some time, going a couple of rounds, suddenly by the third round you press, eh, got pain leh. Eh, pain ah, I pain. Oh, very pain. Not every finger pain. Good, good. I was saying good. That means that, it's finally starting to surface. So by pressing it, it actually may trigger some emotions to start to float up to the surface, which is great.
I see. So yeah. So we have actually have comments on the screen as well. Like for ladies, should we focus on the left or right palm, or more accurate
Both,
reading? Both.
both.
All right. And
If
I
it's the
think
more masculine issue, like if it's your right hand more pain, right? If your right hand is more pain, then it means that you could be feeling this towards a masculine person. Yeah. Christy
mm,
is asking, is the tip of the finger pressing down at lower thumb? What's pointing? Is this pointing finger? Right. Okay. Yes. So it will hurt in different places, right? So a lot of it, the emotions may not just be at the tip. It could be here as well, Christy. Correct. Because this part, right, this whole finger, especially the top here, not see, sorry, this part here is very connected to our lungs meridian, which goes up to the top, goes to the lungs on both
mm,
sides. Okay. Fourth goes to our heart, and fifth to our pericardium. So it does go with different places.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we also have other question, like Michelle is asking what it means, the second press of the same finger, the pain has gone. The feeling gets numb and voila.
Okay, so the first time you press it, all right, depends on how advanced you are with your breath work and your emotional meditation and coping mechanisms. Yeah. So,
Mm,
but the first time you press it, you're like, oh, I'm aware I have something. Then you go to the by the thing is by being aware of it, observing it in a very neutral state, and just watching it. This actually, in a way, starts to clear some of their emotions. Some of it starts to go away. It doesn't mean that you're walling it up. It just means that, oh, hey, I see you now. Hey, fear, I see you. Anger, I see you. Feeling small, I see you. I know this now. I feel it now. And by recognizing and being aware of certain things, it goes away. Because that's what shadow integration is really all about.
shadow integration. Okay, we will
Yeah.
go there slightly
Yeah,
later.
we'll go
But
there later.
let's look at all the comments. So we have Trisha actually talks about anger, that she felt
Oh,
anger,
good.
very good. We have
Mm.
Florence,
Shout it out, honey.
left pinky and left ring finger. We
Yes.
have Eve, right hand fourth finger and left little finger. Oh, our audience are very precise. Yeah, we have Ho Kong Fat sharing also at the middle finger, anger, frustration, spot on, and yeah, we have Lutanika's. Is it necessary if it's really no pain is numb, or there are other exceptional cases, Lucy?
It could be that the physical body, like our body, is
Mhm.
not very connected to our emotions. Yeah.
Mm.
Because a lot of us, whether we meditate or not, sometimes we disassociate our body with ourselves. Like the body is a separate being. Not sure if you guys understand this. And because it's a separate person, like, oh, why my leg always pain? Why my finger always pain? Why my knee always pain? Walao eh. Like you blame it like you're blaming someone else, for example, right? That means that
Mm.
we disassociate with our body. It could be a disassociation. Yeah, means that it's
Mm.
not merging into one because we are one unit, just like the magazine Body, Mind, Soul. Yeah, we are not just the mind, we're not just the soul. We are not just the body, but we're the body, the mind, and the soul. We are one. We are
All
one
right.
complete total being. Yeah, if
Good.
that makes sense at all. Am I
Understand.
talking too much?
Yeah, so you know what, ladies and gentlemen on the floor, if you still have any other question, do send it in. Yeah, especially about this emotional check. I'll just bring our attention back to the word that Lucy used just now, shadow. And what does it relates to our topic again, overcoming the fear of unknown. Now we know that through the finger check, we can actually kind of identify sometimes the unknown are actually related to the emotions that we do not want to face. Perhaps through this emotional check, we can actually
Yeah.
understand it. So this is one of
Yes.
the easiest way, right? But
Yes.
the word that you used just now, shadow integration, could you just maybe explain it to us a little bit more?
Okay. So, well, I wouldn't say it was coined by Carl Jung, but Carl Jung was a psychologist, someone who studied the human psyche and the human behavior quite a number of years ago. I think about 80, 90, 100 years ago, I think, around there. And he didn't come up with he didn't say like, oh, this is shadow. No. What he did was he did coin the term shadow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the shadow is just something that is outside of our view. For example, this is Lucy. Lucy
Mm-hmm.
is here. Lucy's right here. And this is Lucy's ego. This is Lucy's image. A lot of times, a lot of people, or even Lucy, maybe Lucy doesn't want to be seen or regarded as an angry person or a heartless person or a jealous person. And so the shadow is all the things that my mind and my psyche, my conscious mind have disregarded and pushed aside. And that the things I don't want to see, I don't want to see, I don't want to see, I don't know, I don't see it, I don't see it, I won't see it. You know, and if the thing is, but that's what our mind does to keep sane, to keep us alive and functioning like a robot that is functioning, right? It
Mm.
pushes the shadow side apart and looks somewhere else and thinks that this is who I am. This is my image. I need to be perfect. Okay. And the thing is that the word integration is really awareness. Yeah, it's just a form of awareness.
I
Okay.
see.
And and truly, for example, I want to talk a bit about shadow because it's really important in what we do. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because as long as that we are alive, we do have a certain amount of shadow. Okay. And we have so many kind of personality archetypes or relationship archetypes. And for example, the one that's closest that fits the shadow is called the enemy. The enemy is an archetype. So it's an actual personality archetype. And so that is the closest that that links to the shadow. Yeah. And sometimes, that's why a lot of times we look at someone and we blame, oh, I don't like it. Why is she always like that? Why is he always like this? Why does he always say that? Why is she always like this? We point outside because it's the aspect of the shadow in the person that we recognize subconsciously that's in ourselves that is resonating.
It's
So we
like a
see that
mirror.
you effort, like you always the same effort, always you, always you. But it's actually the shadow aspect of ourselves. That's why it's called the enemy. People that we feel threatened by, people that we feel unhappy with, people that we feel that we can't speak out to. And these are the enemy. They in our psyche, we label them as the enemy. You are my enemy. And so we cast all our shadows to this person and we project it and say, oh, it's all your fault. Your
So
fault.
so
That's what
so
I thought.
basically, it's like a mirror
Yeah.
reflecting a side of us that we do not want to see.
Yes.
right? And then we pick it
Reminds
up.
us of it.
We pick it up on the people around us, right? On
Yes.
all those things that we do not want to see inside us, but we pick it up on others that is right in front of us. So it's like a mirror effect, right?
Yes, exactly. And towards people that we don't like, don't resonate with, or people we feel threatened by, people that we are fearful of, normally,
Mm,
And it won't be like towards if people that you're very comfortable with, you won't project any of these that because they're not your enemy. Do you know what I mean?
people
Yeah,
we are comfortable with, usually our friends, and we
yeah,
won't see things that we dislike, right?
yeah. It's like,
So
oh, you're perfect.
yeah, I see. I see. That's interesting. Lucy, I believe you actually talk about just now in the very beginning of the session. You actually share with us there are three F when we come to facing fear, right?
Yes,
You either frozen, freeze, or you
yes,
fight, or you
yes.
flight.
Flight.
And
Yes,
yeah, so it's and you mentioned about coping mechanism.
yes,
And what does it? I believe you have something to talk about the coping mechanism.
yeah,
Is this the
yes,
three are the coping mechanism that we are talking
yes,
about?
yes, yes. Very closely related. So if you see this, looking at the image, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you will see this lady who is trapped in this beautiful glass box, beautiful but safe, but small. you know and a lot of times our human self, our very egoist self, we when we think of the outside world that is so afraid, we're so afraid of losing money, we're so afraid of losing our job, of losing the loved ones, we're so afraid of losing ourselves as women sometimes. So what do we do? Okay, one thing that we do is to contain within, it's just image. Yeah, it just means suppress lah. Suppress. Okay. Okay.
Contain within,
Contain,
suppressing. All right.
suppress, stay safe, it's okay, stay small.
It's
Okay.
like it's not there. It doesn't even exist.
Cannot see, see, so that goes with the ignoring the fear. So, oh, tak ada, nothing here. Oh, I'm perfect. Oh, it's okay, and hoping that it will go away,
And hoping it will
right?
disappear one day, right? When I
Yes,
don't look
it will
at
go
it,
away.
it's like it's not existing at all. So it will just go away. It's not in
Correct.
my front. All right, interesting.
Right. And some people stay with what is known, like not rock the boat. A lot of us stay in unhappy relationships. I myself was one. I stayed in an unhappy, unhealthy, troubled relationship for 6 years because it was known. It was don't rock the boat, don't rock the boat. If I say something, oh, don't rock the boat. Don't. At least after I'm spiritual, okay, so-called spiritual. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm like, don't rock do not stay. Okay. And some people tend to lash out. Okay. So if we do that, then you see that different people cope differently. Yeah. The first
Mm.
one is ignoring. Second one is we numb ourselves, which is staying what is known by numbing ourselves and not rock the boat. Stay
Mm.
where it's safe.
It's it's
Don't
it's more
escape.
like it's more like fearing that whatever that we have now will gone, even though it's
Yes.
not doing us any good. But it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to touch it because I'm so afraid that I'll lose it all.
Yeah. Kind of like maybe you can say like don't if I don't see it, I don't need to fix it, law. Then it's okay lah. It's
Mm,
okay. Nothing there. Nothing there. It's absolutely fine. It's fine. Yeah, just numbing it because
nice.
that's one way to cope it. So a lot of when we have so much overwhelming emotions in all different areas of our lives, it all hits us at one go, like how I was 9 years ago.
Mm.
Okay. And almost 10 years, and it hit me, and every area of my life that can be effed up was effed up. Every relationship that could be screwed up was screwed up.
Mm.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong. I'm not kidding you. Like I said, my career was okay, steady, standard lah. And then occasionally when I drank too much,
Mm.
or when I'm finally free of this, and I was like, and I was like exploding. So I took the exploding the emotion, okay, which I cannot hold it anymore. Right? So no one can hear you, right? So I was like, F you, F you, and that's screaming. I'm releasing it in a club where no one can see, no one can hear, and I can blend in with shadows, and no one can see me, but I'm exploding it out. You know,
Mm.
that's
Mm.
what I used to do. before I came into golden space, and that's why the beauty of what happened to me after I gone through all these learnings in my life, all the pains, I actually did create a fantastic life, and I
Awesome.
am in a fantastic life. I'm really really happy right now, and that's the key, right? That there is a rainbow, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Awesome.
Just persevere.
And Lucy, I think with this coping mechanism, I'll just pause here for a while and to answer some of the question from the crowd. I
Okay.
think Pauline actually was asking a question, mirror to ourselves. I believe is the explanation about things that we don't like,
Shadow.
right? The shadow that we actually have it. And Florence actually has a very long question over here. Um, like if I don't like it when thank you and welcome are not practiced, I don't like it in general when people sneeze or cough without closing their mouth and saying excuse me thereafter, does that mean that's my shadow too, or is my expectation on others? This is a very good question.
It is a something that you put on yourself and put to others. Because for Florence, thank you for your honesty, girl. Love it, love it. It's respect. So in this case, Florence, what you really, really are looking for is respect. You want respect from people. And when you don't get it from people, you get like it's a pet peeve, right? You're like, oh my God, just like say thank you, how hard can it be? Right?
Mm,
But this is a small thing, but it's actually a big thing. Because if we follow this small pet peeve inside of us, is this feeling of being disrespected sometime in our past, whether it's as a child or when you're an adult, when someone was very rude to you, or it could be a parent figure or a friend figure, someone we looked up to that didn't respect you, or someone
mm,
around you didn't respect you, then we keep it, right? And so then we expect others to do the same to us.
I
But that is important to me. It's important to me,
mm,
if
okay.
that makes
All
sense.
right. Yeah, she said, got it. Thank you, Lucy. And I have another question, which I think is quite understandable. You don't rock the boat, then all emotion pile up and become a nuclear bomb after years later. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I believe that's really true, right? Because you don't want to look at it. First, you don't want to look at it. Then you actually numb it all, and then you
Uh-huh.
hide it, and then you don't rock the boat. And of course, until
Uh-huh.
a point you really couldn't take it, even though you want to run away from it, but it's so obvious that you just have to face it by exploding it. Correct, Lucy?
Yes, sometimes a lot of people, and it's good that you're exploding verbally. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fantastic. Because if we don't let it out in some form or feel it through, it manifests as an illness. Because everything comes back to our body, and that's why, for example, men have a higher chance of getting stroke and heart attacks than women, because they tend to keep everything in. And women are
Mm,
tend to like get cancer because we always complain and stay in negativity and loop around.
mm,
you know but to be fair on that, I say this to a lot of my clients and my friends, and even to myself. Emotions have interest, especially negative emotions.
emotions
Daily
have
rest.
interest.
Yes, daily rest.
Wow.
Daily rest interest. Okay, cumulative one, not flat line. Okay, not straight line. Cumulative daily rest interest. It's like a bank. I used to work in a bank. I really adding to finance, right? So it will accumulate over time, and it will keep, like, you take a 100,000 loan and it ends up to be 300,000 that you're paying back. The same thing. Yeah, emotions is the same thing. It may start from one small thing, and one small thing, a small seed, we don't address it, grows into a small tree, and the small tree grows to a big tree, and one day it builds up this huge resentment with
Mm.
somebody or ourselves, and that it's so hard to pull out because it has really become a huge, huge tree.
Mm, interesting. And I want to take one last question from the floor before we
Sure.
actually share with our audience. After we identify so many, coping mechanism, it's time to also understand how can we overcome or change this coping mechanism, right? I just want to take one last question over here from
Sure.
Danikas. Things that we don't like in others is part of us that we don't want to accept or actually admire in others.
Both.
Mm,
Some things that we admire in others, we admire because we don't have it.
mm.
Do you see what I mean? And sometimes, I'm not saying it's wrong because we always have someone that we do admire or look up
Yeah,
to, you know. But the problem
definitely.
is that we do put someone that we look up to and we put them on a pedestal, right? And then we automatically feel small.
Mm.
One of the reasons why I stayed in that old relationship was because initially he had something that I never had, and that was dedication and passion to pursue an art. You know, whether it was fitness or something, but it was the determination, the dedication that I didn't have to persevere in a stupid project, anything, you know.
Mm.
And I'm like, wow, so good. Oh, wow, I wish I can be like that. Wow, you know, like wow lah, you know. That's why I stayed in that wow relationship for 6+ years, you know. And
I
then I look up, correct? Until one day I realized on the same level, hey, I have nothing that I admire in you anymore because I already have it. I'm like,
awesome, awesome. So
where should I go?
we have one very interesting question. Torun Singh, how to rock a boat without sinking ourselves? Well, it's time to actually. That's why we are here for and to share with you the tips how to rock a boat without sinking ourselves. How to overcome
Love
the
that
fear
question.
of unknown. So let's have Lucy to share with us the tips to overcome fear.
Yes. So the first thing is you can go.
In order,
Okay.
I think to overcome fear is also
Yeah.
to set ourselves free. Yeah.
Yes. So the first one is to feel and flow our fear. Okay. So shadow or fear integration or whatever way you want to talk about it is a fairly heavy topic,
Mm.
and it's something that cannot be done in just one sitting. And it's actually quite because a lot of us who once, maybe myself before I came to Golden Space and learned the methods that I learned in the Golden Space through Sky and my Master Umesh, you know, before that, I did try to feel my emotions. The problem was the technique was just feeling it and flowing it, right? Sometimes 80% of the time, I was drowning. I became the fear itself, and I was overwhelmed by that fear, you know.
Mm.
And that's something very dangerously that I did on my past, you know. And so, but if it's not a very big fear, if it's a small fear, okay, if it's a very small fear, a small thing, feeling it, addressing it, acknowledging it to your body, acknowledging to your soul, yourself, your psyche, whatever you want to come and call it, you know, acknowledging to yourself that yes, I am afraid. I am afraid. Yes, there it is there. And just
Mm.
flowing it. And after you flow it, then you need to say, okay, I choose now to not become it. You see, the
Mm.
conscious mind needs to kick in at some point. The conscious mind to choose to no longer be that emotion. It's an emotion. It is our emotion. We honor it, we flow it, but don't drown and don't become it.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. Then I believe the next tips.
And with once we do that, if you don't feel that you are safe enough to talk about it, I mean to feel it, then you can talk about it to someone. And make sure you talk to somebody you can trust about your emotions, right? Someone that you know is safe. You see, as humans, we won't share until we feel safe, right? And until we feel that it's okay, this person that I'm sharing with will not judge me for my emotions. Hey, yeah, you shouldn't be so negative. You should be, hey, what's so, your life so good? Why are you so depressed? Hiya. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I'm just repeating what they say to me, okay? Not, why are you so sad? Your life's so good. Huh? But I feel sad, leh. Like, you okay, one? You okay, one? So that's clearly someone who is, for example, that kind of reaction is not what you're looking for. You need to go to someone. If you don't have someone you trust, see someone professional, whether it's
Mm.
myself, a therapist, you know, or someone else, another practitioner, or a psychiatrist, someone that you know is a safe harbor to dock at.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be at a safe space.
All right.
Okay, and lastly, it is to after you feel it and after you speak with it, try breathing it out. Not
Mm.
breathe to suppress. The intention is very clear. Either you
Mm.
breathe to release or you breathe to suppress. Different, ah?
Mm.
Okay, very different thing. People who breathe to suppress will like Chinese say yan.
Ah, yeah,
Sabar, 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 sabar.
yeah, there are times we breathe in is actually to tell us, hey, don't let it out. Don't let it
Uh,
out. Right? Okay.
okay.
But your
I like this.
interpretation is different.
Yeah, I you can do this when you are in public and you're speaking with your boss. You of course don't want to like your boss, right? So you need to start to like breathe to just calm down for a while. Yes, I totally agree with that. The situation prevailed. If situation
Mm-hmm.
permits it and ask you to do that. If on the other side that you are at a quiet place and you are with a friend you trust,
Mm,
you have a safe space, you can feel your emotions. Try breathing it out.
mm.
Feeling the emotion and say to your body, I want to let this go. I want to breathe it out. And then breathing that out 10 times. Don't, that's not breathing it out, huh?
All right.
As opposed to it's different. More forget it.
Awesome.
Letting it go. That kind of expression. Okay.
So, Lucy, so last week we
Yeah.
have Patrice to actually give us a practical experience on this,
Good.
on the tips. Would you be
Yeah.
able to give us a practical experience to actually guide us through feeling and flowing our fear? Like what one of our participants asked, how to rock a boat without sinking ourselves is very important, right? To actually
Yes.
understand the essence of feeling and flowing,
Mm.
but not drowning, right? And
Yes.
let's say at this point of time we don't have someone to speak to, but we actually can actually
Yeah.
go through this emotion or this fear that we have inside us by
Yes.
ourselves, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I have on the crowd also asked, what if you don't trust anyone? So perhaps you can guide.
Then come to the golden space. Set an appointment with myself or any one of my practitioners. We have so
Awesome.
many qualified and amazingly trained practitioners who are
Mm.
certified to have a private session with you. We have counselors, we have psychiatrists, we have life coaches. I myself, CBT certified. So yeah,
Awesome. So if everyone is agreeable for us to actually have Lucy to
yes,
actually guide us a little bit, it will be about 5 minutes experience, just a short one
mm,
to let everyone to understand a little bit deeper what all this about, feeling and flowing. So Lucy, are you ready? Is everyone ready on the crowd? And at the same time, for those of you who actually have any
question.
question, yeah, do actually share in the comment and do
Mm,
ask us, and we can address this after it as well. Yeah.
cool.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so maybe we can just go in and then have an experience of all this, yeah, with Lucy. So
Okay.
Lucy, you will
Yeah.
take over the stage now.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Christina. So, if everyone is ready, of course, the first thing is to sit somewhere that you feel really comfortable at. And if you are there already, that's okay. Plug in your earphones and make sure that you feel safe where you are. Most importantly, is you feeling safe right now. So, when you plug in your earphones, try to sit up straight. Okay. Your palms, you don't need to put them anywhere. Whatever that feels most comfortable to you, you can put your palms facing flat on your thigh or facing upwards towards the sky. Okay, both works. So when you're ready, just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now close your eyes. So just keeping your eyes closed with me and just taking slow, deep breaths to relax yourself. Just listen to my voice. You are safe. You are protected. And you are brave to come forward at a time like this. With your eyes closed, remember back the fears that some of you have already mentioned. Maybe it's the fear of losing a role, a job, the fear of not being able to support your family, the fear of losing a relationship, fear of not being enough, or the fear of being alone in the dark. Whatever it is valid, it is real. And now, just ask your fear, ask your shadow to step forward. You can imagine that this shadow, this fear of the unknown, the fear of lack, the fear of fear itself, has a body, has a face, has eyes. And just feel yourself going closer to your shadow. Come face to face with the shadows and fears. And give yourself permission to just feel this person in front of you. Give yourself permission to feel the fear itself. And just take 30 seconds just to feel it. As it surfaces, just feel it deeper. Feel all the fear, or some of the fears, trying to flow out of you. And now let us take 10 beautiful breaths. And these breaths, our intention is to release the emotions of fear and shadows, things we don't like inside of ourselves. So let's breathe in love. Feel the fear in your chest and in your stomach and breathe it out. Breathing in deep, feeling the fear, and now breathing it out. Now 8 more times at your own pace. Five more breaths. Setting yourself free. Allowing yourself to be peaceful. 2 more times. Last one. Now that you've breathed it out, again look at the shadows person in front of you, give it a beautiful big hug, and say thank you for coming into my life. And let him or her float away into the light. And then very slowly bring yourself back and open your eyes. 2:30.
All right. Thank you, everyone who have participated. I myself joined in as well. Yeah, on and off, of course. I have to also look at the everyone comments. So,
I know.
ladies and gentlemen, do share with us how you feel. After Lucy's guided us through the session. A very short experiential session for us to actually experience a little bit how the 10 breath. What's the differences of the 10 breath of facing the fear and letting it go, or suppressing the fear and just push it down, right? So I hope everyone actually did enjoy yourself very, very much. And it's very, very interesting, that Lucy talked about when there are sometimes certain things that we don't like. It can be fear, it can be other emotion, but a lot of time why we also talk about overcoming the fear of unknown is because a lot of times we have different emotions, but we didn't know is actually maybe it actually has a lot to do with fear. It has a lot to do with being afraid. It has a lot to do with fear to admit. As simple as fear to admit. And it's interesting that how Lucy bring it up, Lucy, that you say it's actually a mirror, because of this topic today, this talk series today, we are actually offering an e-magazine from Body Mind Soul magazine that actually the issue is volume 23 is looking into the mirror. So it's very, very much similar to what you have just shared with us. So the promo code is Into the Unknown, which I actually love it because I sang that song during the teaser, Into the Unknown. So it's actually allow ourselves to go into the unknown with more tips. In this magazine, I just want to share with everyone, right? In this magazine, it actually talks a lot, relates to our topic today, particularly this volume about the mirror that Lucy just mentioned, about the shadow, Lucy also mentioned, and about more tips actually, how to overcome our own shadow, how to overcome our fear of unknown. So if you have your mobile phone, you can actually QR code over there, and we have a very quick slide to just show you how to download it. Yeah, so you can actually use the promo code, and it's only valid from today until 18th of May. Yeah, you just need to select a digital copy and then select the number and of copies that you wish to download. And then you can then key in your promo code at the number 2, and 2A is from our website, and then you can proceed to checkout. So Lucy, while we actually still talking about getting this free gift to everyone, right? I just want to pull out some comments over here of how everyone is feeling. We do have Lutanikas to actually tell us that she has challenged to stay focused. Right, and we do have Vivian actually share with us feeling a bigger heart space after the breath work. We do have Sofiani that actually talks about thank you Lucy and Christina for the beautiful session. We do have Wenny also saying thank you to all of us. And yeah, so I feel when we are having challenge to stay focused during that period of breathing out, what shall we do?
Sometimes maybe the mind is a little bit active. So that example that I gave, you need to take a little bit longer observing and breathing. Maybe you're not used to meditation, and that's very normal. When I first started, I also couldn't meditate for like an hour. I was like, oh, what am I still thinking? It's very normal. So perseverance is key. So take a longer time and keep trying. If you find that it's really difficult, then you can always come for my online class, which is Recharge and Rejuvenate. That's happening tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes. So we also have information of this Recharge and Rejuvenate. Yes, so it's happening tomorrow at 11 to 12:30. So Lucy, what's the difference or what's the relationship of this with the session that you have just guided us?
Yeah. So this beautiful workshop is something that I run every week, myself and my partner, Chong Bing Kwan. So we are both rotating to do this class. And Recharge and Rejuvenate, the intention was always meant to be to feel all the stress and the fears of unknown and to really release it. Because once, if we don't face the fear and we don't really release all these fears, we actually feel tired. You would
Mm,
feel no energy even
mm,
after a whole night's sleep, and you feel like body aches everywhere, like head to toes of pain. You know,
mm,
and so in this session tomorrow, especially for tomorrow, we're doing a special edition tomorrow, based on this class. We're actually going to overcome our fears through a very simple meditation, and it will be 1.5 hours. And once we
mm.
release all these fears, we feel, wow, I feel like I got more energy, more space, to breathe. Yeah. And then after all these fears are leaving us, and suddenly we feel, I can manifest so many opportunities in my life. It's actually already there, and I just need to be in the right frequency, be there, you know.
Mm.
And after we do this, then suddenly you feel like you went for a spa or you went for a massage, you know. So every
Nice,
week is different.
nice.
But tomorrow's class is focused more on fear and letting it go in
It's
order
more
for us
like
to rejuvenate.
yeah, more like a continuation of today, and you will be able to bring us slightly deeper, and then
There you
and
go.
then and then after that, it's actually to also get the
Yes.
recharging and to rejuvenate after we face our fear, right? And it's actually an
Mhm.
online class, so
Yes.
anywhere and everyone you can actually come and experience this. It's only 88 ringgit net for this 1.5 hour, and you can feel free after that. What is it to lose to actually have a session, and enjoy yourself, to give yourself a Sunday spa, right? That would be awesome.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
think you can also get the
It,
registration link on our comment as well as our description if any one of you are interested. And if you do have
mhm.
any other question, we always welcome our viewer to actually write into us, or you want to specifically, talk to Lucy, you can let us know as well if you want to know more information. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us today. Remember, today you can actually claim your free magazine, who actually have more tips talking about facing our own shadow, yeah, looking into our mirror. Yeah, it's very resonating with what Lucy shared beautifully this afternoon. At the same time, if you would like to know more about the techniques, about how Lucy can guide you deeper, you can actually join us tomorrow, Sunday at 11 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 11.
11 o'clock, and it's an online session, so we welcome. 11 o'clock is Malaysia time. Yeah, don't get mix
Mm.
it up, because we have viewers from everywhere. So it's Malaysia time, 11 in the morning. You can actually start your Sunday right, and then have a good evening after that. And we will be back to work, even though we are working from home as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. And do stay tuned and follow our page, the Golden Space Malaysia page, or Body Mind Soul Magazine page, as we will go live and discuss more and more topics, throwing out more and more gifts and also tips to everyone over here, in view to support emotionally and to give you solutions to your problems. So we see you
Mm.
next week, same time, Saturday, 1:30 to 2:30. Once again, thank you to Lucy. Lucy, thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for spending your afternoon with us. So thank you very much. So, ladies
Thank
and
you,
gentlemen,
everybody.
thank you so much. Yes.